We're playing as Death Adder this time. We're not going to touch those eggs because dragons come out of them, and we want to fight as little enemies as possible. Death Adder is the strongest of all the characters. He also has a dash which knocks over enemies without attacking. He's like a football player. He just rams right through them. Air combat is a little difficult with Death Adder. He's not very fast. He pretty much makes up for it with his high defense and attack power, though. This particular fight sequence would probably be super annoying if you didn't know how to deal with these enemies by now. The tiny dragons, just like the flying plague, are basically cannon fodder. They take more hits, but we can just run them right over without really worrying. We just got poisoned, which means you get to see me chase down this fairy for the antidote. One appears every time you get poisoned, so that way you don't just insta-die from it. Normally I don't get poisoned at all, so our health is not in the best position right now. I'm sure you remember this guy. Well, now there's two of him. And he's a lot more difficult this time around. He can leap into the air similar to the boulder enemies to evade our attacks and, well, land on top of us, of course. Yeah, exactly like that, thanks. They have a habit of leaping more as they're closer to death, to make them pretty hard to hit. Now, bringing the dragon to this fight was a mistake. There's not a lot we can do with it. He's very mobile. So our long-range attack isn't going to do anything. Now his trickiest attack is he teleports right where we're standing and punches us in the face. This might surprise you, but we don't want to stand in front of him like ever. Ever. The idea is to move up and down right after he teleports so he doesn't get his chance to punch you in the face. I was trying to dodge up and down to look cooler, but walking up and down works just as fine. And you're less likely to screw up, so we're going to do that now. After you learn that all you need to do is walk up and down after he teleports, he's pretty easy. But you're probably going to die a couple times before you figure that out. As simple as it seems. Sometimes he gets stun locked, as you're seeing right here. Which is fortunate for us, but unfortunate for him. With Death Adder, we can just kind of run over all the gnomes with his football charge. So we'll take everything. I do not really like On the Giant Fish. Not my favorite level. Not because the enemies are particularly difficult. We've already seen them all before. Well, there's one new one, but we've seen most of them before. This lizard guy has a longer attack range than regular enemies. That's about it. Now here's why I do not like On the Giant Fish. It requires platforming, and the hit boxes, or jump boxes, or whatever you want to call them in this situation, kinda weird. It's not super fun to platform in this game. Yeah, it's really hard to tell where you're supposed to stand. But we're done platforming, so that's completely over with now. Right? Ow. I love when they just walk off the fish. I don't know why they do that.